So this will be our homework number 6 that we have here. So far we have done the architectural part and the structural part, but we haven't done the reinforcement yet. So in this homework we're going to go through the reinforcement of a column and a beam. Okay, so here I have the solution for homework 5 that you guys can download on Blackboard. And for the first part we need to insert the column reinforcement. And to do that, I'm going to duplicate the floor plan on level 1 and rename it as a column. So I'm just going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to rename it as column. Alright, so, and the column should be the F1, like it says here. 1F. Okay, so I'm going to hide everything else except my column 1F. Okay, I'm pressing EH to hide it. Alright, so it's here now. If I click twice with my mid button of my mouse, it zooms in. And we can see here the scale and the detail level. So scale and detail level, and this should be shaded. Okay, now to insert my reinforcement, I need to click on my column, and then the Modify tab shows up. I'll click on Rebar. I hit OK. First, I'm going to insert the transverse reinforcement, so I scroll down here until I find this shape, and this needs to be actually on number 3. Okay, and on Rebar set, instead of single, I need to select a maximum spacing of, let's see, 8 inches. So 8 inches, and then I click here. This column is a little small, so I'm going to change it to, let's see, 18 by 18. Okay, now I'm going to insert the longitudinal reinforcement. It should be the first one up here. Okay, so you see that here now we cannot insert it. If for some reason it doesn't seem right, it's not transverse to the plane, you need to change something here. Okay, the placement. Instead of parallel to work plane, I'm going to select perpendicular to cover, and now it's going to work. It's the way that I want, going inside of the screen. So, but I need to change the size to number 8, and I want to place 3 rebars at the top. So I'm going to change to fixed number and 3 here, 3 right here, and 2 right at the center. And I can just place it and move the bars down. MV, I'm going to click here and select the midpoint. Okay. Now that it's ready, I'm going to select the beam. So if you go to level 1, and if you try to insert a section, that's how we create a beam, by the way. If you look at number 2, okay, it says use the section view to create your beam, and it should be the beam between the columns 1F and 2F. So this is the column 1F, and this is the column 2F. I'm going to go to the View tab and click on Section and create a section. And if your section is not visible on level 1, it's okay. You can go to level 2, and your section will be here. You can double click on it, and now you can select one of these beams. I'm going to select the beam on level 2, okay? So I need to hide everything but the beam. So I press EH here, EH, and EH. And I'm not going to show my crop region anymore by clicking here. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change the scale, the detail level, and the graphic display options, just like it's here on my PDF document. So same thing, I have number 3, styrips, the transverse reinforcement, but the only difference is the reinforcement is going to be 10 inches spaced. So I'm going to click on my beam, rebar. I'm going to scroll down until I find it, and instead of number 8, I need a number 3. Okay, and you see that the placement is not correct. It needs to go parallel to work plane, and then I'll click here. Rebar set. Oh yeah, I forgot to change that before, so I can just click here. You see that I have only one. Instead of single, I need to change to a maximum spacing of 10 inches. Okay, so now we can see that when you select it, you have a quantity of 17 instead of 1 up here. Now I'm going to insert my transverse reinforcement, longitudinal reinforcement. I select the beam, click on rebar. Same thing, I'm going to go up here, and for the beams a little different. I have 2 number 7s at the top and 3 number 8s. So I'm going to select number 7 and rebar set. I'm going to do a fixed number of 2. And I need to change the placement again, perpendicular to cover here. And at the bottom I have 3 number 8s. So 3. Like this, perfect. Okay, now that I have all that, I need to go to my level 3. I can do the detailing later. I'll do the level 3 first. I'm going to go to my level 3, and I'm going to select my whole model. We cannot see the rebar yet, but I can select all of it, and we're going to change that. I'm going to select all of that, click on filter, check none, and I'm going to select only my structural rebar. After it's selected, I can go to my properties window, scroll down, and find this option, view visibility states. I can add it and click on view unobscured and view as solid. So now I can see my reinforcement. Okay, I'm going to change the detail level like this, and I need to leave my view like that, just like it's stated here. Okay, the reinforcement needs to be clearly visible. Alright, okay, now going back to the detailing, I need to insert some dimensions and tags. So I'm going to click on my column, DI as in dimension, okay, and to tag my elements like we saw in class, I press TG, and I'll click on my section, click on my rebar, longitudinal reinforcement, and transverse reinforcement. For the transverse reinforcement, it's important to select the quantity type, space, and number. Okay, so we can see the spacing here. And I'll do the same thing for the beam that I have. And this section I actually need to rename it to beam. Okay, I'm going to press DI to insert the dimensions of my beam. Okay, and TG to tag my beam. I'm going to move this down a little bit. I'm going to tag my top reinforcement, bottom, and my transverse reinforcement. I need to show the spacing. Okay, just like that. Just like it's here. I need to show the spacing 10 inches and 8 inches. Okay, and that's all for homework number 6. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me.